Welcome back to the Why Factor. Today, we are decoding the why of money. Why can you earn more, upgrade your life, even pass the number you once dreamed about, and still feel broke? Not broke on paper, but one bad month away from falling apart. Think back to the amount of money you used to dream about. There was a number once, a salary, a bank balance, a clean magical figure where you told yourself, once I reach that, I will finally relax. No more checking the price before ordering food. No more guilt after buying something small. No more pretending to be calm while your brain is doing math in the background. Just peace. Now here is the uncomfortable part. There is a good chance you already crossed a number your old self used to pray for. The you from 5 years ago would look at your life today and think, wait, you make this much now? You live like this now? And yet, here you are, still feeling behind, still checking your account with a tiny knot in your stomach, still seeing one unexpected expense and feeling like the floor moved, still somehow broke. And this is where money becomes strange, because if feeling broke was only about not having money, then more money should fix it. But it often does not. People get the raise, they get the better job, they move into the nicer apartment, they buy the thing they once dreamed about, and for a few weeks it works, they feel upgraded. Then quietly, almost invisibly, the new life becomes normal. The same fear returns, just wearing better clothes. The same question comes back, why is this still not enough? Ask someone making 30,000 a year how much they need to feel secure, and they will name a number. Ask someone making 300,000 and they will also name a number. It will just be bigger. Almost nobody says this right here, this is enough. The finish line moves the moment you reach it. So today we are not investigating your bank account. We are investigating the machine behind the bank account. Because feeling broke and being broke are not the same thing. One is a number, the other is a nervous system. And your nervous system was never designed to say, okay, we are done now. The first gear in this machine is adaptation. This is why a raise feels life-changing for a short time, then somehow disappears. At first, the extra money feels powerful. You notice it, you breathe easier. You stop panicking over every bill. Maybe you finally buy the thing you kept delaying. But slowly, your brain updates the definition of normal. The better food becomes normal. The nicer room becomes normal. The convenience becomes normal. What once felt like luxury becomes maintenance. Psychologists call this the hedonic treadmill. Your mind adapts to better circumstances faster than you expect. You get the thing, enjoy the jump, and then return to your usual emotional level. You are running, but the ground is moving under you at the same speed. This is why the fantasy number is so dangerous. You imagine the number as a door. Before it, anxiety. After it, peace. But when you arrive, the door is not there. There is only another hallway with another number at the end, and the worst part is that your brain does not announce it moved the finish line. It just makes the next number feel obvious. Of course this is not enough, of course you need more now, of course you are still behind. But adaptation is only the first gear. The second gear is even more cruel. Your brain often enjoys wanting more than having more. Think about the moment before a big purchase. The item is in the cart. The offer is almost accepted. The new salary is almost real. The new life is close enough to imagine. That feeling is electric. Your mind starts playing the trailer. This will change everything. This will make me feel different. This will prove I am moving up. But then you get it. And after the first hit of excitement, the feeling starts fading. Not because the thing is bad, because the brain paid out a huge part of the reward in advance. Dopamine is not simply the chemical of happiness. A lot of the time, it is the chemical of pursuit. It rises when something is possible, when a reward is coming, when the next level is close. The chase glows brighter than the arrival. So you keep thinking the next thing will satisfy you, but the satisfaction was mostly hiding inside the chase itself. This is the arrival fallacy. The belief that when you finally arrive, when you get the salary, the savings, the number, you will enter some stable state of happiness. But arrival is not a permanent home. It is a short notification. Then your brain clears it and asks, what next? That is why money goals can become addictive. Not because money is useless. Money is extremely useful. It can buy safety, options, time, privacy, and freedom. But money cannot permanently satisfy a brain trained to keep scanning for the next threat and the next upgrade. So now the machine has two gears. You adapt to what you get, and you are rewarded more for chasing than for arriving. Then comes the third gear, lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep is what happens when your income rises and your life quietly expands to swallow it. At first, the upgrades feel reasonable, not rich, not crazy, just practical. You earn more, so you move somewhere better. You buy better food. You stop choosing the cheapest option every time. You take cabs more often. You say yes to more plans. You stop tracking the little things because now you can afford not to think so much. And honestly, some of that is good. You worked for a better life. You are allowed to live one. But lifestyle creep becomes dangerous because it does not feel like spending. It feels like becoming normal. The problem is not one dramatic purchase, it is the quiet collection of tiny permanent upgrades. One subscription, one better apartment, one nicer dinner habit, one weekend trip, one premium version, one I deserve this, one it is only this much. Then one day your income is higher, but your freedom is not. Your bills are just wearing better clothes. The terrifying thing about lifestyle creep is that it moves easily in one direction. Upgrading feels natural, downgrading feels like failure. So when money increases, your life inflates, but when stress comes, when business slows, when the job feels unstable, when an emergency hits, you cannot shrink your life as quickly as you expanded it. Now your better life becomes a cage. You are not broke because you earn nothing. You feel broke because your new normal became expensive. The salary that once looked huge becomes the minimum required to not fall backward. And that fear, falling backward, is one of the strongest money fears there is. People do not only fear poverty, they fear losing the identity they bought with progress. They fear going from I am doing well back to what happened to me. So more is not just desire anymore, more becomes protection. But even if you controlled spending perfectly, another force is waiting. Comparison. Humans do not measure wealth in absolute terms. We measure it socially. You do not look at your life in isolation. You look sideways. What are they earning? Where are they living? What car did they buy? Where did they travel? How did they afford that wedding? How are they already buying a house? And instantly, your number changes meaning. The same salary can feel amazing in one room and embarrassing in another. The same apartment can feel beautiful until you visit someone with a better one. Nothing changed in your life, only the comparison changed. The modern world has turned comparison into a full-time attack. For most of history, your comparison group was small. Your street, your relatives, your co-workers, a few people above you, a few below you, and many roughly around you. Now your comparison group is the entire internet. Your brain is trying to feel successful while standing next to edited lives from every corner of the world. A stranger's vacation, a founder's exit, a creator's income screenshot, a classmate's engagement, someone's luxury apartment, someone's day in my life, someone's how I made my first million at 23. You are not comparing your full life to their full life. You are comparing your ordinary Tuesday to their polished highlight, and your brain is not built to handle that. This is why you can be doing better than before and still feel worse. You did not become poorer. Your reference point became insane. There is a name for this feeling: relative deprivation. It means the pain of not having is not only based on what you lack, it is based on what you believe others have. And that belief does not even need to be accurate. Someone can be drowning in debt behind a luxury photo, and your nervous system will still treat their life as evidence that you are losing. Comparison does not need truth to hurt you, it only needs an image. Now add another layer. Status. Money is not just money. Money becomes proof. Proof that you are smart. Proof that you are valuable. Proof that you made the right choices. Proof that your parents can relax. Proof that your ex was wrong. Proof that your younger self did not suffer for nothing. This is where money becomes emotionally dangerous, because once money becomes proof of your worth, no amount can ever be neutral. A low balance does not just mean low balance, it means shame. A friend earning more does not just mean they earn more, it means you are late. A bad month does not just mean a bad month, it means maybe you are not who you thought you were. And when money becomes identity, every financial moment becomes a judgment. You are not just checking your account, you are checking whether you are okay as a person. That is exhausting. This is why people can feel broke even when they are not. They are not only trying to survive, they are trying to prove they are enough. But proof is a terrible finish line, because proof expires. You prove yourself once, and then life asks for proof again. New month, new number, new comparison, new milestone. The machine keeps eating your victories. That promotion you once begged for becomes the job you complain about. That salary you once celebrated becomes the salary you are embarrassed to mention in a richer room. The machine keeps eating your wins, then asks why you still feel empty. And then there is scarcity memory. Sometimes you feel broke now because some part of you remembers being unsafe before. Maybe you grew up hearing fights about money. Maybe bills were always a threat. Maybe asking for things felt selfish. Maybe you learned early that money disappears, adults panic, and stability can vanish overnight. When that happens, money is not just math. Money becomes weather. You are always checking if a storm is coming. Even when you are doing okay, your body may not fully believe it. Your life says, you are safer now. Your nervous system says, prove it, again, and again, and again. So look at the full machine. Adaptation makes every upgrade normal. Dopamine makes chasing feel better than having. Lifestyle creep turns more income into more pressure. Comparison makes your good life look small. Status turns money into proof of worth. Scarcity memory keeps the alarm ringing even after the danger passes. 6 gears, all turning in the same direction. More, 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 and not one of them knows how to stop. This does not mean money does not matter. It matters a lot. Anyone who says money does not matter has probably never been trapped by not having it. Money can pay rent, it can buy medicine, it can protect your family, it can give you the power to leave a bad job, a bad room, a bad situation, a bad relationship. Money is not everything, but lack of money can touch everything. So the point is not to pretend money is meaningless. The point is sharper than that. Money matters most when it is solving a real problem. Food, shelter, health, debt, safety, time, freedom. But after a certain point, money often stops solving problems and starts feeding stories. The story that once you earn more, people will respect you. The story that once you buy the thing, you will feel complete. The story that once your number is big enough, your fear will finally shut up. The story that somewhere ahead, there is a version of you who never feels insecure again. That version is the trap, because your brain will always invent a richer version of calm. If you make 10, it will whisper 20. If you make 20, it will whisper 50. If you make 50, it will whisper 1 crore. If you make 1 crore, it will whisper, yes, but what about the people with 10? The number changes, the hunger stays. So here is the real question. What if the reason you feel broke is not because you have too little? What if it is because you never defined enough? Most people never define enough. They define more income, more savings, more status, more freedom, more respect. But more is not a destination, more is a direction. And if your only map is more, you can move forever and still feel lost. Enough has to be drawn on purpose. Not because your brain will naturally arrive there, it will not. You have to ask questions that feel almost uncomfortable. How much do I actually need to live well? What expenses genuinely improve my life? What am I buying because I value it? And what am I buying because I feel behind? Whose life am I using as evidence that mine is not enough? What number would make me safer? And what number am I chasing only because I want to finally feel impressive? These questions are difficult because they separate money from ego. And for many of us, money and ego are tightly wrapped together. We do not only want comfort, we want proof, we want revenge, we want to show people, we want to become undeniable, we want the world to look at us and admit that we made it. And honestly, that desire is human, especially if you have felt ignored, underestimated, or small. But if you use money to heal a wound that money did not create, the wound will keep asking for more, because the wound does not want a number. It wants recognition, it wants safety, it wants rest, it wants someone to say, you are not behind, you are not failing, you are not less because someone else has more. But the world will not say that loudly. The world profits when you feel incomplete. Every ad is a tiny accusation. You are not attractive enough. Buy this. You are not successful enough. Drive this. You are not productive enough. Subscribe to this. You are not living enough. Travel here. You are not respected enough. Wear this. The economy does not need you to be happy. It needs you to be almost happy. Close enough to keep chasing. Unsatisfied enough to keep buying. Your dissatisfaction is valuable. The more incomplete you feel, the easier you are to sell to. So defining enough is not laziness, it is rebellion. It means taking the finish line back from a world that keeps moving it. Enough does not mean you stop growing. Enough does not mean you stop earning. Enough does not mean you stop wanting a better life. It means you stop letting fear write every goal. You can still want more, but now you know what the more is for. More time, more freedom, more safety, more peace, more ability to help people, more space to create. That kind of more is different. It has a why, but more without a why is just a treadmill with better lighting. So the next time that broke feeling appears, do not only ask, how much more do I need? First ask, what triggered this? Am I actually in danger, or did I just compare myself to someone? Am I solving a real problem or feeding an old fear? Am I chasing freedom or chasing proof? Then look at the life you already upgraded into. What used to feel like luxury that now feels normal? Notice it, not to shame yourself, to wake yourself up. Because if your mind cannot recognize enough in small things, it will not magically recognize it in large things. There is a story about two writers at a billionaire's party. One writer says, our host probably makes more money in a single day than you will earn from your entire book. And the other writer says, yes, but I have something he will never have. I have enough. That is the whole mystery. Enough was never going to be handed to you by a bank balance. Not at 50,000, not at 5 lakhs, not at 1 crore, not at any number your fear can imagine. Because the feeling of broke was never only about money. It was about a brain built to keep wanting, a body trained to remember scarcity, and a world designed to keep showing you someone with more. So the next time you feel that familiar knot in your stomach and your mind starts reaching for the next number, pause. Ask the better question. Not how much money would finally make me enough. Ask what is making me feel not enough right now. Because Everything has a why, even the emptiness money cannot fill, and now you know yours. Comment the next why you want us to break down. Now tell me, which why should we pull apart next? Drop your question in the comments. And if you like finding the hidden reason behind everyday things, subscribe to the Why Factor.